Wassail Dragons. It's the 5th new moon, and we have got a mighty double stack of cards, a brick of tarot. So I'm doing these readings in honor of one of my favorite readers online, which is San Tarot, S-A-N Tarot, Canadian woman. She does the most beautiful readings. Check her out. So, Metal Rat, what have you got for them dragons? Those lovely water dragons. Water dragons. So, we're looking for 12 cards to give us a story. What have you got, please, on the dragons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is interesting. All your cards are falling face down. That's the first time that has happened. Every other group, they've gone face up. Dragons. Still smoking. There you go. There's your first one. Up the right way. So, dragons, come on, what's the energy? What's going on with those lovely water magical dragons? What are they doing with this? Oh, that's a pretty card. So, dragons, your message is not wanting to come. What's going on for dragons? It's hard. What's going on for dragons? That one didn't want to come out, but then did. 3 more, please. What's going on for the dragons? What's going on for the dragons? What's going on for the dragons? Oh, you just the last 3 have shot out. Oh, there's a 4th. I'm going to keep that one that came out on its own to the side because I am adding an extra card as a 13th at the end from the bottom of the deck, but we'll see whether it wants the bottom or that one. So I'm gonna turn them all over. This card is coming up a lot. Wow. See, these are new cards, and so when they arrive, I'm not quite sure what they're doing. I'm going to ring the bell while I chew on a piece of chocolate for the spirit of cacao to come down. Most of your cards, 10 of them are from the Muse deck. Only 2 are from the Light Seers deck. It begins with the 8 of Inspiration. And the 5 of Materials. This is about... It's almost like it's about rescuing, rushing in to rescue. I'm bringing those forward so you can see them. So, there's a real sense in this 8 of Inspiration, inspiration being wands. So, it's the 8 of Wands, but in this deck, it's these are muses. They're in a completely different form. There's I'm getting a sense of sticky slowness, like leaving a pathway. There's snails at the top and they're upside down. Oh, okay. Hang on. Might have to read these in a different order. It's a block of 4. Excuse me. They want them in blocks for you. That's different as well. So, let me see this block. There's this sense of, as I said, rescue, but there's a sense of leaving a trail for people to follow and moving into spaces ahead of people and trying to nudge people. There's determination. Look, you know, you're in your stillies and you're marching. You are marching, but this is a sense of you coming into your power. Look, it's faded, growing. It's that sense of strength coming upon you. And it is about being noticed. You've got to leave a trail. There is that. I'm getting that over and over again. You're rescuing somebody and you're hanging to see something differently. It's like, it's almost, I'm getting a real sense of sort of, I don't want to say showing off, but being on show, circus-like. We've got this energy, this striped path that you're leaving, your snail slime, if you like, but you're leaving pathways and clues, and just down here there's a figure who's in fear, but it's not you. But there was a part of me that wanted to know whether it was like an old you, an inner child, but it isn't. It's somebody you... Okay. It's like... It's partly that sense of isolation with the current things that are going on at the moment. But it's also, it's about someone you're... It's not that you don't know them. It's somebody you know who needs, it's a lover that isn't a lover yet. That's very interesting, because quite often I look at other readings, and sometimes people do these readings and they're all about people getting together, and there's lots of stories of, you know, people do love their love readings, but I kind of think right now with what's going on in the world, why would that be the energy? But it is the energy. It's almost like it's like a golden glow that's just, it's inside you, and you're desperate to reach out and touch. It's like for you this isolation thing is really, really hanging heavy, but I'm only saying hanging because of the fact that it's the Hanged Muse, but actually this card's not about hanging. That was merely just a reference. This is about that trapeze, that sort of being on show. It's like you need to do something spectacular, and it's an inspired third eye kind of magic that needs to come upon you. There's this is to do with there's a sense of, there's something, I'm kind of getting that sense of it's almost like being a sort of a museum thief and kind of slipping in upside down, doing something very acrobatic. It's like you need to find within you, and it's not bravery, there is a fear within you to move out of this current energy, and yet you do. We've got this wonderful Knight of Materials, which is the Knight of Pentacles, and it's emblazoned. It's on the earth, it's free, it's alive, it's full of energy. But it's almost saying at the moment you're still caught in a fear. It's like you're allowing the energies around you at the moment to hang heavy on you. That's what they're saying. Your second block begins with love. But again, there is that sense of this upside down. It's going to turn your world upside down, this new energy. But there's something about the energy. It's like it's broken in pieces. Like this snail trail that you're leaving is just down the bottom of the card, and it's flowing. It's less rigid now. And the watery waves are all in that kind of frequency, and the fish, all the broken pieces. It's a yearning. It's an absolute yearning for love. And you've got Temperance, but there's something about the way this Temperance card is looking at me that is... Temperance is always about patience. Temperance gives us that sense of slowing down. But in this card, I'm getting the sense that you need to speed up. There's a look of a kind of a sort of a fear about moving forwards. So what is it that you're lacking is that energetically, at the moment, your thoughts are holding you back. You're overthinking. You're overthinking this yearning for some kind of soulmate. This moment now that we've been through of isolation is not working for you. It's making you pine and fear, and that's really interesting, dragons. None of your readings have had any of that energy before. Now you've got your first card from the Light Seers deck, and this is the Knight of Wands. So you've had a Knight of Materials. That's that warrior part of you, that energy that usually rushes into things, has been held back. And now you're beginning to find, look, because there's the horse. You're beginning to play a new rhythm, to beat your own tune, to create fire, because it's wands, it's creativity. You've lost your fire. You've lost your fire for, I want to say for love, but for life. But it's sort of like, it's really, you can't do that to them. Right, so you've had all your readings saying become water dragon. You've become water dragon, and now you've lost your fire and you've got to re-find it. I'm so sorry. But you do. You've got 10 of emotions, 10 of cups, 2 of cups, 10 of cups. I think it's that the transformation into this much more emotional, less grumpy dragon has been, I don't want to say disturbing, but it's been a change that's had a sense of confusion to it. But look, this is a wonderful card of joyous celebration. I'm really, I never say this, I'm getting that real sense of kind of celebration of marriage. And believe me, I really don't throw that word down there very often. But there's a real opening of, around this is going to open your heart to become one, or to become one with somebody else. It's a real energy. I'm really feeling that energy, that this is your moment to be water dragon, but with fiery water dragon. So the next area that we move on to is the final block. And here we have 8, 9, 10. So we have the 8 of emotions. This is you moving forward. It's a really interesting card. It's like a gift from the galactic center of the cosmos. This is really deeply saturated magic is coming towards you. It's that energy in the middle, and that energy, the lotus opening. But this is where it's coming from. This is saying this energy of this emotional love and blissful connection with another is cosmically gifted to you. And I'm just, sorry, I'm looking at, because these are new cards. So you have, I love these cards. Look, these are an additional set of 4 cards for each of the suits. This is the Muse of Inspiration, the Muse of Fire. You were always fire dragon. And you kind of feel like, because I told you to, that you had to become emotional. And it's made you lose your fire, which you will refine. You are the Muse of Fire. You have that, will always be within you. That's always the energy within you. But you have to walk towards that energy of love now. It's like, okay. Oh, okay. So, how do I word this? You've always been fire dragon. You've now become water dragon, but it's now showing you almost that the love, any love you felt before that you thought was not real or genuine, but true, had a resonance to it of wonder. It's nothing like the energy that's coming. This fire, with this galactic emotional energy pouring in, opening this 1,000-petaled lotus, is allowing you to realize that what was is over. All of the love that you've had before has actually just left you feeling kind of alone. You thought you were with somebody, you thought you were together, you thought you had love. I'm not saying that if you're in a relationship that it's not working. I am. It's not that it's not working. You will understand that the new thing that's coming in is bliss. The crows are flying away. This is you reflecting backwards when you don't need to. This is that sort of realization of everything I did before was not what I thought it was. And that doesn't matter. It was part of what got you here. Let it go. Because you're heading towards 9 of emotions. Look, this is the wish card. This is in bliss. This figure is surrounded by the most beautiful jewels that are hanging, and they're all full of fractals. There's emotional energy splashing around. It's swimming down. It's almost like, oh, I see, that's what it's to do with. It's like the genie in the bottle. It's the wishing. But it's also, I'm getting that sense of smoking cleansing, you know, like when I use this, or when we use a smudge. You need to cleanse to create these wishes, and to do that you have to let go of the old things. Don't look at them and think, why did I do this wrong or whatever. You did what you did to get to where you are now. The energy that's coming to you, this new love, because you're now water dragon, is the most beautiful connection. Now we have this card down here, which is not the card, and I didn't think it would be. I'm going to take the bottom one as I have for everyone else. And it is the Lovers. You see, this is the bliss that you're heading towards. This is merging. This is not love making. This is tantric merging. Between the two third eyes is a geometric, three-dimensional star of healing forming. There's the most dragons. There's some kind of wonderful, beautiful love heading your way. Once you understand, you've been leaving a trail all over the place, and you've had a real fear of embracing it. Partly because the emotions now are feeling so strong within you. But look, it's love. There's love coming to you in this month. And that will, it might not be that it comes to its fullness yet, because there's something about this energy here that's still not illuminated. It's like it's just coming. It's like these trails are being left, but go with the flow of it. Go with the flow. Because ultimately, look, you've got the Two of Emotions, the card of love, the Ten of Emotions, complete and blissful happiness, and you've got the Lovers. It's love, and it's coming to you, dragons. So, that's beautiful. Any dragons that want to come and bring that towards me, I'm here. Anyway, what's our dragons? Bye.